Well, thanks for joining me today. Are you able to tell us a little bit about yourself, so your name, your job title, and what you do here at UP3?
So I've been at UP3 now coming up to 2 years, been in the ServiceNow ecosystem for up to 10.
So you said you're a customer success manager. Are you able to tell us a little bit about what your role looks like, but how that is particularly beneficial to our customers?
Sure. So as UP3's grown, you need that point of contact for your accounts. So our role is there for customer retention, customer satisfaction. So we're the first point of contact across the services, across the programs, projects. Obviously, we deliver quite a lot of services and programs, projects, depending on the size of the customer as well. So it's being that backbone across that, being that conduit, escalation point of contact, ensuring that there's no silos in the teams, that we're all delivering against the same outcomes and the customers ultimately first.
So it's beneficial to the customer. They feel like they're being heard, listened to, getting the most out of ServiceNow and UP3 as a partner.
Exactly. And just between our community as well with the CSMs, we learn from other customers as well, and we bring that into other customers. So our community regularly meet, so lessons learned from things like upgrades, any cases that might be open for another customer. You know, we constantly talk, so we're sharing that knowledge with our customers. They're kind of benefiting from that extra knowledge, extra insights, and just that advocate guidance layer that we give them as well.
Are you able to tell us a little bit about an interesting project you've been working on recently, particularly what was a challenge, solution and the outcome?
Yeah, so I can't tell too many deep details about certain projects because of the customer I'm on, but I mean, every day is just something different. So one of the ones recently, we've done an identity management project. They're always complex. So it's working with suppliers from the customer side as well, and just making sure that you've got that, you know, it's not them and us, you know, we've all got to make this work. So it's always interesting when you do identity management. In the end of the day, any end user, a customer needs access to applications, new starters, leavers. You need that process to be not only efficient, but also secure. Security is such a hot topic at the moment. So a lot of customers are switching between identity management toolings. And the beauty with ServiceNow is, you know, a lot of these connectivities are out of the box applications, you know, and it's working with suppliers, you know, like your top threes and your PwCs and Deloitte's, you know, because there's that set up on the customer side from an infrastructure layer. And it takes time, these projects. It's working with them so they're not overspending in ServiceNow side, because we don't need to be there for the duration of these programs. These programs could last 2 years, and it's making sure we're still there. They're still talking to us when they need us. It's that forward planning.
What makes UP3 different, and why should customers feel confident in working with us?
I would say the top reason is the people. You know, take a few examples with my customer. We don't provide an out-of-hours service for support. However, you know, we knew there was a big migration, a data center transfer happening, and people wanted to make sure everything was okay. So you've got the people that just, those integral values, customer first, you know, want to make sure everything's right. You know, they stayed up till midnight. And luckily they did, because something did go wrong, and jumping on that to speak to ServiceNow out of hours support, you know, and getting that engagement going. And, you know, you don't get that everywhere, you know, that put the customer first, always strive for the best. And I just think if you need anything from anyone, it's just a chat away, a type away on Teams, and just everyone's willing to help and chip in.
At UP3, we have an AI Centre of Excellence. I would just be interested, from your point of view, how do you think that benefits our customers?
Like anything with technology these days, it's ever evolving so fast. To have a dedicated COE, you've got dedicated resources, keeping up to date with the latest releases, keeping up to the date with, you know, what other customers are doing. Use cases are so important with AI. And I think with new customers that want to dabble, want to start their AI journey, it's where do I start? And it's having that COE that can suggest, guide, give that advocacy, give some example use cases to help explore on that journey, but also the customers that are on that journey already, keeping up with the latest and greatest and ensuring, we're up to speed. We keep our own development on our own development environments, testing all of the new features as well. So that's what Echoe is about, to make sure you're staying in such a speedy environment with change.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, Amy.
Thank you.